I'm hearing give it time. Literally give as a gift time, which is just like an awareness of your consciousness to whatever you are building. It's a gift. And also, I'm hearing some days are maintenance. You're being called to create coherence, which will require some like perceived boredom. And I'm hearing to just detach and absorb that feeling and get regular in your communion with spirit, because spirit is ultimately the boss, right? Which is spirit's like without thought. Spirit is like the intuitive aha moments you get, or oh, I'm so inspired by that idea, or that, that scent that you keep picking up on and chasing down, or moving toward, it's not really your mind chatter, if that makes sense. It's not like your what if, or what if it falls apart, or the criticism or analyzing. Like, that's all a little bit lower level than spirit. Spirit will, I imagine like you have these receptors sticking out of your head, and then it latches onto the thought forms that it's or the inspiration that it's vibrating with, and it sinks into your mind. And then your mind, and depending on who you are, where you've been, you have a lot of trauma, especially like betrayal trauma. I'm hearing like, infidelity or narcissistic abuse, that kind of thing, and you're neurodivergent, so you have like a strong sense of like morality and what truth, and like a desire to know what truth is and to act in a truthful manner and according to your values. Your brain might find that inspiration signal threatening. I just pulled Page of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and Ten of Swords. First three cards, and what that's telling me is that you're going to, while you're hearing these calls from spirit to move forward in your artistic journey, your creative journey, your healing journey, your healer journey, unconventional, but also very affluent journey, your mind is like, no, we're not going to go that way. That's dangerous, and we don't know what's going to happen, and it would be really bad if we tried and failed. So maybe we should just talk ourselves out of this and stay, quote unquote, safe. So I'm hearing, while that's happening, when the brain starts going, immediately listen to the body. Without question, without demanding, without explaining. I'm hearing this is going to require a lot more rest. I'm hearing you're over exercising, and getting your cortisol too high to try and like feel better about yourself, to keep yourself. Maybe you have one of these motherfuckers that's like a leash, like you're closing the rings and you constantly have to like be on this hamster wheel and keep moving. So that's, to me, this Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Pentacles deal with the physical matter and the body and money and earthly things. So he's in reversed. Upright, it's a signal for that you are kind of in tune with receiving. I'm hearing new ways to make money. I'm hearing that that's the theme for you, I'm pretty sure, for this collective. And when he's reversed, you're kind of blocking that signal. So then as a result from that, you have Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords. So literally you're having, and so I had insomnia last night. Like such bad insomnia, nightmares, PTSD, flashbacks, overthinking yourself into sort of like, I don't want to say like an unnecessary ego death, but maybe unnecessary is the right word. It's like you've learned this lesson and it's time to move forward into your softer life. I'm hearing you think that self-pleasure is like equals hedonism, or I don't know, maybe not hedonism, but like gluttony. That's a better word. I'm hearing that you need to go into hedonism a little bit, self-pleasure, as we're pleasure driven, and whatever kind of trauma you've been through has hijacked your pleasure and reward centers in your brain, which is why you can't really trust your mind right now, because your mind has been probably gaslit to hell and back, and that's why you need to go into your body. And I'm hearing for a lot of you that means you need to slow down. And I know you hear that a lot probably, but here it is one more time from me. We're pleasure driven creatures, and I'm hearing that when you relax into this pleasure seeking mode and get aligned with, like, doing what it is you truly want and expecting it all to work out for you, you're going to become more attractive, like leaning into that intuition driven mode or intuition guided mode versus like discipline. You're going to be more into your feminine, which is going to make you more, maybe sultry and alluring and attractive, which can be very scary. It can be very scary to be attractive because you don't know who wants what from you. And you've got a very alert nervous system that's going to, it automatically triggers that fight or flight to even think of yourself as being wholly embodied and just like I'm hearing like juicy and delicious and something that people might want for themselves. So you fear of being taken advantage of, and that's a legit fear. I'm just here to validate that fear. But what have I pulled next? I have the Magician, Five of Swords, and Devil in reverse. I'm hearing Secret Siren. Like, although you are afraid of being attractive, you're also, it's 111 right now on my clock, you're also so just drawn to that way of life, almost as if you're kind of making it taboo, which makes it kind of magical. And I want to say kinky, like, hopefully this video doesn't get flagged. But like taboo, and see how he's drawing from spirit, just like I was talking, and his mind is balanced right here. And maybe your mind's a little off kilter, so you're coming into, healing stages. Maybe you have recognized patterns of abuse over and over and over and over, and you're so good at recognizing them. So this might look like a scribble or a storm cloud right now instead of a figure 8 or on its side infinity symbol. So once you realize that you're pulling from the spirit into the earth here, the earth is also in charge. I'm hearing be dense. Density is life on earth, and spirit comes from sort of like death or pre-birth. It's light and airy, and you are creating more balance and cohesion through titration of joy and pleasure. You are manifesting ultimately stability, which is going to bring you, like I said, it seems like even when I say that, I'm like, oh, that's boring. But like, you're just reading the signal wrong. Your brain is signaling that it's boring to you, but it really is safety. And I'm seeing like, this is what that Five of Swords is, that's what Five of Swords is telling me. You're seeing the boredom as like a danger or a threat, these storm clouds. So I was just saying storm. And like you're kind of fighting against your mind here. But the Devil in reverse is going to say, hey, you don't have to go back into those old habits of self-sabotage or, self-annihilation. Maybe you get sidetracked or like you're imagining your rest. Is it still working? Okay, sorry, I got a phone call, so that was confirmation on whatever the last thing I said. 122 on the clock. So your rest is, what was I saying? You feel like your rest and stability is like the trigger. So this is something also that you've recognized over and over and over. And it's just, this is retraining your brain. It's just like physical exercise. It's not always fun, but it's something that you're also learning to let go of. Like you take every discipline, I'm hearing, everything, you take it to the max. Maybe you're autistic. Like you do your best. That means do your absolute best until you cannot do anything anymore and you burn out. And that's not even what you're supposed to be doing here with, not even with retraining your brain. Your brain is, that's why you like can't trust the system that's already set up. You know what I mean? It's like really the idea I'm hearing is to learn to navigate the paradox. Two of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Four of Pentacles. And this Ace of Cups is sticking out because I was just seeing this image of like, maybe you like, you know, you've awakened, you're a cycle breaker. You're on a very like, you know, cycle breaking, ancestral, generational trauma, curse breaking path, like chosen. Some people say chosen. You don't have to take that on if that doesn't fit with you. But I was imagining like, so maybe all the spirit guides, all the ancestors, everything that is spirit sees that you recognize it, and it's excited. Like you're excited and it's excited, and you're like this funnel that is intaking so much spirit. And it's like gonna break the funnel, right? Because it's a lot of like, you could imagine like water or liquid force through this tiny opening, and it's freaking you out a little bit. So what I'm hearing is, imagine yourself more like a bigger container, like this Ace of Cups, that can also put back in to the universe, receiving and giving, receiving and giving. I'm hearing surrender, like sleep is a good time for you. Sleep is in naps, or maybe it's just like, you know, very deep meditative states where you're relaxing your whole body, and that allows you to process things a lot quicker, if that makes sense, versus like, you know, trying to take it on in your waking life. And your 3 a.m. self is not the same as your 3 p.m. self. That's what I heard. Hold on a second. Oh my God. Okay, your throat chakra. I can hear that your throat chakra is opening, but it's kind of like, it's healing, and it also needs a different practice for it to be able to sustain itself and to be able to put out coherent messages. Yeah, anything else, Spirit? It's get used to receiving big. So you're just going to have to become a wider receiver. You are opening up in all the dimensions here. You've got 1 foot in the spirit and 1 foot in the physical world. Some people say psychic or shamanic, but I always feel like I'm speaking to a bunch of artists, which is basically, you know, artist medicine. So right now I can feel like you're just drowning in the spirit, but all these guides and ancestors, or even just if you want to think of it as one source, they're pumping you up, you know, just like a muscle. And you can, even though you think you can't, like I said, the brain is going to try to talk you out of it, but you can control the signal that you are picking up on, if that makes sense. And remember that the body is a driver here. The heart and soul, they're all deeper in the body than where the mind is, which the mind is kind of like outside of the body a bit. It's like, I imagine it is like this cloud that you carry around you. The last thing that I'm hearing is, and then I'm going to wrap it up, this is a long video, is literally remember, come back, we're giving the time. We're giving the time to these aspects of being, and let your mind and nervous system rest. And I'm hearing maybe listen to your gut too. Fasting could be significant. Go with the flow of your appetite. Like you don't have to say like from this time to this time, I'm going to fast. You'll naturally be not hungry. And then naturally you'll want to eat a lot of food. So this is also very feminine awakening, thinking of the moon. It's a full moon right now. Pay attention to your menstrual cycles, your hormonal cycles. Even if you're not a menstruating person, there are still times where you're less productive and times where you're more energetic and outgoing. So listen to that. Listen to that first. And any last Eight of Wands reversed. There's no need to worry. There's no need to worry. You can't get it wrong. Okay, that is it. I love you.